Would now like to welcome Brother Srini. Brother Srini is actually an active member of the Brahmakumaris Rajayoga Center for the past 20 years. Together with being a student, he also teaches the art of Rajayoga meditation to those seeking a positive change in their lives. Working in a multinational company as senior project manager, he is no stranger to the world of stress, last-minute deadlines, and handling a variety of clients with differing personalities. So, Brother Srini, thank you for joining us. For as long as I've known you, brother, handling various roles and tasks, I have never once seen you get flustered. So perhaps now you can just take us through this process of Raja Yoga meditation. We've heard this concept. It's a very ancient term being used in many texts. But what is it really? And how has this particular type of meditation been so influential in your life, especially when having to manage a personal, family, and professional life? Please share with us.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, Sister Veena, for the lovely intro. And I mean, I'm very happy to be here to share. And, you asked very good questions. And let me share my personal experience and, what are the benefits that you can expect from the practice of Raj Yoga meditation. So, hi, everyone. Om Shanti. Good morning and greetings to all. I hope you all refreshed or relaxed and energized after the practice of all this yogasanas and pranayama breathing exercises. So it's a wonderful job from the Sister June and the team. It's good to touch on the spiritual aspects, because just like these things, helps us to maintain, a good physical health, it's equally or even rather more important to take care of our mental and emotional health as well. So for this, the meditation is one of the powerful tool to achieve the holistic health. When I say holistic, it's a overall well-being, whether it's of a mental health or emotional health or a spiritual health. So a meditation is a kind of powerful tool for discovering the positive qualities. It's already latent within all of us. It's just that I don't know how to access those things. So meditation acts like a tool to tap on those inner energies, inner potential. So it's all latent within us. So this helps us to activate, and so that I can naturally experience these innate qualities in my day-to-day life. It's meditation is also like, it enables us to embark on the true consciousness of who I am in reality. So because that's where the real empowerment begins, so that I can naturally experience all the innate qualities, like, what people are looking for today, the peace of mind, peace, happiness, love, bliss, and everything. So this is where, why it's Raj Yoga. Sister Veena asked me to elaborate a bit more on the Raj Yoga concept. So it's yoga means literally it's derived from the word, Sanskrit word called yuj, which means it's a connection. So like, for example, just now we finished hatha yoga, right? Pranayama. So connection with the body refers to hatha yoga. Connection with the breathing, it's referring to pranayama. So likewise, we had the connections with the nature, connections with the people, connection with the society. Likewise, on a spiritual aspects, connection with your intellect. For example, in Hindi, it is called buddhi, the faculty that understands everything in our life, gives the sort of enlightenment. So this is called, connection with the buddhi, which is intellect, is called buddhi yoga. Likewise, we all seek for some sort of spiritual wisdom to get enlightenment in our life, so that I don't get into any kind of negative energies. So this is called jnana, which is knowledge. So connection with the knowledge is nothing but jnana yoga. Likewise, like, we all love God, in some form or rather. So it's also like, connection with the devotion is called bhakti yoga. Likewise, some people, saints and all, they want to disconnect from any negativity of this world, developing some kind of distaste to this negativity or disinterest. Let me put it that way. So this is called, again, sannyasi yoga, where I'm totally renouncing all the negativity in my life. Likewise, sometimes, we do connect, we connect ourselves engrossed in our day-to-day activities, doing actions. So that is called karma yoga. So why I'm defining all this? Because Raja Yoga, Raj means king. This is called Raj Yoga meditation is Raj Yoga means it's a king of all yoga. So the essence of all these bits and different aspects of yoga is being merged in this Raj Yoga. And another meaning for Raj Yoga is also, it's like, being a self-sovereign. So being a self-sovereign is how to be not being influenced with any kind of negativity. So whatever I say, my mind started to listen. Not that I become subservient to my mind. Basically, I become a master of my body, my mind, and all the sense organs. So that is where Raj Yoga is the highest form of meditations. And it not only just meditation, it gives the clarity to the different aspects in our life. So let me share with you a couple of key concepts of Raj Yoga. And then I will take you through the meditation. And of course, I will share some of the benefits which I practically experienced in my life. Yeah. So let me share the screen. Hope you can see the screen. So I'm just sharing the screen. So where, let me quickly share some of the key concepts which you will understand, and I will take you through the process of meditation, yeah, after sharing some of the benefits. So if I ask you, what does every human being aspire for in their life? We know that I want a good job, I want a good family, and I want, all the comforts in life, and I want a good health. All these are ultimately leads to what? What do I need ultimately in my life? What do every human being aspire for in their life? It boils down to few things. It's, I want peace of mind. I want peace in my life. I don't want to get caught up with any kind of peacelessness situations. And I want happiness. I want to be happy in my relationships, in my work, and everywhere. And then, of course, we want to be loved. I want to love everyone. I want to be loved by every single person in this world, because if there is no love, the component of love is missing, as though it's complete waste of life in this path. So these couple of things like peace, happiness, and love, and likewise, there are a few more, but I'm putting topmost. Every person in this world is aspiring for this. So if I ask you, of course, I can't interact with you in this, but what I'm saying is, what is the reason for not experiencing these at all times? We are happy, we are peaceful, but not all the time. What is it making us disturbed or taking away all our peace or happiness or love? Is just one simple word. It's just one simple thing, if you can think of. Can I reveal that? So it's lack of self-realization. Lack of self-realization is only the cause, because if I don't know who am I, what am I, and everything is becoming a problem, because the solution is inside, but we are trying to fix the things outside, and it will never going to be aligned, because the solution is somewhere else. So this is the lack of self-realization. When Buddha says got enlightenment, this is the self-realization. Who am I? What am I? And understanding the true consciousness, because ignorance of my true identity about myself is the cause of all the problems today. When I say identity, it doesn't mean, I'm a manager, or I'm a housewife, or I'm a, boss, or I'm a friend. All the roles that we play as a brother, as a sister, is it what I am? Usually, if we use two words quite frequently in our day-to-day life, my and I. My is like, I'm a senior project manager, I'm a boss, or I am a, father, I'm a brother, I'm a friend, all the roles that we play. And this is what we totally, caught up in that consciousness of what we do every day. But once in a while, I need to detach from those roles, because the one who is playing behind all these roles is different. The true consciousness. This is what it has been nicely represented. The word itself, the self-realization, the self-real I, the word itself, the I, which is I of understanding my true identity of myself. Who am I? I'm not this roles, but I'm something else which is playing these roles. So who is that real I? Connecting to the true consciousness of who I am, which is the, people always refers to, in religions, which is Atma, the soul, the true consciousness of who I am, the imperishable entity, the eternal entity. So this is what I need to remind myself so that I can, detach from any kind of influences. And another way to look at self-realization is the real I. Look at myself with the real I. I means EYA, the third eye of wisdom. So this is what Rajayoga helped me in my practical life, day-to-day life, not to get caught up, because there are different people, different perspectives and different opinions. And I usually deal with so many people every day in my office or whatever, wherever I go. So it's so important to be detached from those stimulus that comes from outside so that I can always operate from the true consciousness of who I am. So look at myself with that eye of wisdom, see everything, because there is a wisdom, which means it gives clarity. I don't get confused with the things going around, so that I can activate this pure energy that helps me not to look at the weaknesses of the people. Rather, I focus on inwards rather than outside. Because this is the beauty. The moment when I switch this consciousness, all the problems will get solved automatically. This is my practical experience. Yeah. So let me continue sharing. So this is like, secrets of empowering my mind. There are some secrets how to empower myself. So within the soul, these are the three faculties, how I operate inside of me. People sometimes call it as inner engineering, the consciousness that within, this is what the soul is. Atma, atom is so small. That's where it derived, the infinitesimal point of pure energy that operates every single thing. Yeah. So this is where the three faculties, which is conscious mind, that is what it creates thoughts, feelings, desires, imagination, whatever you call it. It's a thought producing machine. It just pumps the thoughts all the time. And whatever thoughts that you get is different from my thoughts, because every one of us different. Someone may be all the time very divine thoughts, pure thoughts. Someone might be creating negative thoughts. What is influencing this? What is the cause of all this? This is where the impressions comes in. As you can see, this is a subconscious mind. Let me put it that way. Subconscious mind and conscious mind is different from subconscious. So subconscious mind holds all the deep rooted habits and our personality, whatever, negative, positive, all the things, whatever that we have keep doing in our day-to-day life. That's where we need to be careful when we do wrong things, because I'm creating that sanskar, deep-rooted habit, and which I'm need to pay tomorrow the consequences, because this subconscious mind influence the conscious mind to trigger those kind of positive or negative thoughts. So this is where the subconscious holds all our past imprints, deep-rooted habits, so-called attitude, personality, people call it as. So this is where the meditation, Rajayoga meditation, helps to bring the clarity to the mind. And also one of the most powerful faculty out of the three is buddhi, which is intellect. Because intellect is the one which understands. It's the faculty that really understands, and enlightenments and the wisdom. And each of us think differently, each of us perceive things differently, and each of us discern things differently and take the decisions differently. Because what makes us different is based on the power of understanding that we have. This comes from intellect. And this is where the beauty, the first lesson of Rajayoga, we cover this in detail. But I'm just giving you the essence so that you understand what exactly is inside of me, the anatomy of consciousness, how it works. So I am a soul, a conscient being of light, pure consciousness. So basically, the moment when I get connected with my own self, it's like I become a master of my mind, the body, and the physical, all the sense organs. So it's not the other way around. Today, sometimes we are being ruled by our mind, but now I give instructions. I become a master in terms of getting hold of my thoughts, what thoughts I should generate, because this mind, intellect, and subconscious mind today, probably it is working dysfunctional, not in sync. So the meditation brings the harmony, a kind of, make it sync to work within these three faculties, because this is what I am. And of course, the second secret of empowering the mind, which is the next level, is meditation is, as I told you before, connection with anything. That is what the yoga. So here the true connection is connecting of my, reconnecting with my true consciousness with the Supreme. So meditation enables me to empower myself by reconnecting, by invoking that, activating that consciousness within myself, so that I can have that pure connection with the highest source, the Supreme. And that is what the linking of the self with the highest source is meditation. And this is what we cover in detail, how I can use this technique of meditation to empower myself, so that I'm not being caught up with any kind of negativity, so that I can lead a joyful, peaceful life, though despite whatever the circumstances are. Yeah. And the last slide, which I will take few minutes here to talk about the benefits of Raj Yoga meditation. Yeah. This is, I put it exclusively like where what I went through past 20 years, and this is my practical experience I have updated in this slide. It's where when I started practicing in the year 2000, this is where the immediate response from my side, as soon as I completed the course, I started practicing quite, very committedly, because I started to see, whatever I have, I used to have sensitive nature before, when things are, I never open my mouth, but I having a kind of some sensitive nature. But, these things like free from all those complications, complicated thinking patterns or whatever, basically it's all negative or unwanted thoughts, so that I naturally used to experience that, true freedom, as though I become so light in my relationships, and experiencing that stability and clarity of my mind. So this is one of the things what you can expect the moment when you started to do meditation. You don't have to wait a couple of years to get this. As you embark on the process of meditation, you can start to feel the process of meditation is transforming the negative or unwanted thoughts into a positive or pure thoughts, spiritual thoughts, so that I can bring that clarity, so that I'm focused, because my energy is not being diverted, because I'm not creating any negative thoughts that are even waste thoughts. My each thought is so useful, very productive, that brings the stability as well. And then stress-free life. It's being in IT, of course, it's quite demanding wherever it is. So this is one of the, proudly I can say that I'm handling this quite well. It is the whole credit goes to the Raj Yoga organization, because the stress usually being developed when I don't have the clarity in myself, when I don't have the inner power. Sometimes you may have clarity because things, that I shouldn't get angry, I shouldn't get irritated, and maybe you do some sort of mechanisms where how to get rid of that anger temporarily. But transformation may not happen until you fix the root. And this is where I can say, because stress levels are being measured based on the events that are coming in your life, sometimes negative events, negative situations, sometimes your internal events where you have some fears and kind of, or maybe some external events in the form of situations. Maybe your company is getting retrenched, or maybe some family problems, or whatever. It doesn't give warning in advance. But am I be ready? How to be ready? That's where I need to generate the inner power. The more I generate that inner power through meditation, I can have, situation doesn't change, but situation is not a situation. Now it just comes and goes off, and I can maintain that stability, the deep inner peace. This is the beauty of it. There's no stress level there. I don't need to manage stress, because I'm always connected with my own being. That's where it invokes that inner power. And so that situation comes and goes, I'm not being disturbed. Yeah. So it's one of the deep relaxation and inner peace. And the second is about, behavioral transformation. Gain that power to erase all the negative attitudes and feelings, to develop that easy nature and positive nature. And so that I'm not being influenced with any kind of people weaknesses or negative behaviors. Rather, I should start having that good wishes on everyone. So develop that inner strength and resilience is one of the key attainment once you start practicing meditation. And internal discipline and controlling, confronting any kind of challenges. Confronting challenges, sometimes being disturbed is different. But here, what I'm saying is with a stable and positive mind. Even though someone is giving hard time, but I'm not being affected, but rather I should influence, I will be able to influence the situation and the people. So this is where I call it as behavioral transformation. Not only that deep relaxation state, even I started to see the change in myself. And the last segment where I practically felt practicing of meditation is experiencing the highest consciousness. This is what I'm so touched in this organization, where I used to practice so many other things, but this really gets me into this, deeply connected with my innate positive qualities, enable me to experience a sense of true freedom. There's no complications, and a sense of true freedom in my life. And so that I started to feel lightness and being light in every relationships as well. And having that elevated consciousness, get to know myself deeply and learn to love not only myself, everyone, whoever interacts with me unconditionally. That is the major advantage or major attainment. And connecting and experience the pure love of the divine, because here you're connecting with the source itself. So you experience pure love and lead a meaningful, a purposeful life. And this is what I can, say that this Rajayoga meditation gives me that kind of, the deep, pure experiencing the pure love from the divine. So yeah, I mean, let me stop it here. This is where you can see a lot of advantages, and of course, yoga and meditation. That's where it should be combined. Especially in the present times, where people are all around this world adopting their lives into the new reality of a pandemic situation. Yoga, I mean, meditation become a more relevant now these days, which helps to boost our immunity, not only to the body, to the soul as well, and a sense of balance in these extraordinary times. So let us take that, a pledge not only to help ourselves and to also contribute to the global, kind of, healing, and make our holistic kind of wellness, basically a kind of integrated, being integrated into our lives by, really embracing this yoga and of course meditation as well. Yeah. So I would like to invite all of you for the practice of meditation. It takes about 5 minutes. So just sit back, relax, and keep your eyes open and keep your back straight. And when you visualize, when you see the video, start to feel that energy, started to follow through. Yeah. So let's watch the video now. Thank you very much.
Spiritual health means that I have a sense of vitality, energy, happiness, joy, a sense of connection with all of life, and an awareness of its beauty. And just like I can create physical health through diet and exercise and good habits, in the same way, to create spiritual health, I need the diet of pure thoughts and the exercise of the intellect. For right now, let go of everything. Forget everything of the world and simply savor one thought. And that thought is, I am a pure soul. My mind is as fresh and clean as crystal clear water. Imagine what that would feel like, what that would look like. Savor that thought as you would very good food. I am a pure soul. My mind is as fresh and clean as crystal clear water. Feel that thought. Savor that thought. And one more time. I am a pure soul, fresh and clean as crystal clear water. By contemplating this thought, feeling this thought, savoring this thought, thinking it slowly, that pure thought becomes like food for the soul. And when we digest it, it gives us energy. For spiritual health, just as with physical health, we also need exercise. We need exercises to develop concentration power and to expand our spiritual awareness. So prepare now to do a spiritual drill. In a second, feel yourself as the soul in the physical body, radiating light and peace into every cell. Feel yourself as the soul sitting in the physical body, radiating light and peace to every cell, letting that pour through your body like sunlight. Hold that thought, concentrate on that thought, and in a second, go beyond the physical completely and see yourself in a spiritual dimension, a sea of silence, beyond all time, beyond matter. Let yourself move in the waves of this silence. Be absorbed in its stillness. And now come back into the physical body, taking that journey between being beyond the physical and in the physical, having the awareness of being a spiritual being, radiating peace into every cell of the body, being that light inside the body, radiating peace, and go beyond again. In a second, can you completely forget all of matter and be in that sea of light? Going back and forth like this keeps the intellect engaged. It holds our attention, it builds concentration. Come back now into the physical and once more experience yourself as the soul, radiating peace to every cell in the body. Going back and forth like this is a form of spiritual exercise. It makes us move between different states of awareness and keeps us concentrated. The other thing that brings a deep sense of spiritual health is community and connection. When I feed myself the diet of pure thoughts and I do the spiritual exercises of concentration, I can then connect and commune with others in a much more meaningful way. And these three elements of pure spiritual thoughts as diet, spiritual exercise, and coming into community bring about a state of spiritual health, vitality, and quiet joy within the soul.